10 seconds.
Best of luck.
Somebody check the doorbell.
6, 5,
Go to black.
4, 3.
They're not dolls!
Once upon a time, princesses were called to rescue two captured plumbers. They trained intensely to master the skills necessary for survival. If you can stand up to really mean people, maybe you have what it takes to be a princess. Your mission? To use fire, wind, and water to save Mario and Luigi. Super Princess Peach, only on Nintendo DS. Rated E for everyone.
Gonna make a beautiful song. Sing along, gonna let that natural beat. Move your feet when the music's deep down in you. There's nothing that you can do but believe. Oh, believe.
Hello, everybody. This is the Loud House Critic, one guy with 1,000 views and all the episodes I must review. So how is everybody holding up for Luan Loud month? Feeling okay? Feeling annoyed? And seeing how I'm at, this is my 240th episode review, I feel like I'm almost getting close to the end before some of them can actually start airing some new episodes. For most of y'all, I would have stopped watching this show back in season 5, but being the Loud House Critic, I have to take all the episodes, even if they are bad, boring, and annoying. And gratefully, this is the last Luan Loud episode of this month. Stressed it for the part. So likely to be the second episode of season 6 and likely above all the 248th episode. I have only watched this episode just one time and I nearly forgot about this episode. It's not too forgettable, but there are several things that annoy me with Luan Loud, and you could probably guess who that is. That she's always bringing around with her anytime when she's in an episode with Miss Bernardo, Benny. Do I even need to say the character's name that she should have really put down a long time ago? But seeing how this is the last Luan Loud episode I'm reviewing of this month, I might as well get it out of the way. Hopefully next week I'll get a good episode, or maybe just a decent episode. Let's get down to playing the part.
your text!
It's so good to see these two lovebirds back to back again in another episode like this, especially when I just got done reviewing another Loud House episode that had these two in it. And ironically, this episode came before Puns and Buns. Should have reviewed this episode before I did Puns and Buns, but it's all fun and games.
What's the biggest news in the history of the universe?
Excuse you, Missy. He was attending to my popcorn needs first. What happened to service with a smile?
Oh, bah humbug to you, too.
Yeah, whatever happened to you shutting that gray white hair the fat fuck up? Shit, your mama must have slapped you after when you were born.
Luan, look! Thanks to my weekend job here, I get the scoop on pork auditions.
Oh, so that would make Benny actually have two jobs. Like I said before in the last review episode, I love Benny's development. They made progress with this kid since director's Rudd. And ironically speaking, the voice actor who did Benny, this episode actually premiered on his birthday.
They're casting for
Heidi Heffer in a stage show, A Cream Come True!
A cream come true. Why does that sound so wrong and so dirty at the same time? Season 6 may be getting better, but somehow they're starting to get away with more adult jokes in the season.
Everybody who was Heidi has done big things! Why, one of the actresses is now a leading bovine on Broadway! I'm gonna sign up to audition right now! Oh, Benny, you're the best! Mwah.
I love that! That was so cute. Luan kisses Benny's cheek, and he makes that face. I'm so glad the chemistry is working between these two. Unlike the toxic chemistry that never actually happened. So far, two great things happened with Luan and Benny. She kisses his cheek, and they both shared a kiss in stage plight.
Whoa, 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 ah, ooh.
Ugh, next.
Bullshit, her again? Really? Is there any hope that we can't shove this director in almost every Loud House episode that she's trying to film? Tell you one thing though, at least she wasn't in charge of directing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
I don't know how this occurred, but I lost my way. I'm confused.
Survey says...
Nah, you can be a total asshole. Nah, you can be a total...
I don't know how this occurred, but I lost my way. I'd better find it, or I'll be in gelato trouble. Moo!
Well, what do you think? That was mellifluous.
Put those other heifers out to pasture. We found our Heidi.
Yes!
Luan is such a great actress. And plus, it's not the first time she's ever dressed up as a cow. Remember the Republicans versus the Democrat episode?
Moo! 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 Can you be a sheep? How about a cow?
Quack!
Nah, Toots, that's too Holstein. Go lower, into your Jersey range.
This puppet again? This two pigs got more annoyances than Jason Voorhees having a bad reputation of repetitive sequels. I can't wait till I'm done reviewing this episode so I can actually do a request episode.
Oh, Mr. Coconut, I can't wait to tell Mrs. Bernardo I got the part. She'll be over the moon, Toots.
Oh, hell no, the devil is a liar! Boo. Since when the fuck he was able to do that? At least he can't even break his neck. If no one's gonna throw his dumb ass in the wood chipper.
throw him in a box.
Bury him for 90 years, then see if he talks.
If he still does, then I'll give the wood chipper the permission to grind him up.
Class, you're looking at a woman who was up all night workshopping her emotions.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't do something like that after when I saw the movie Megan. But hey, I can't always carry one emotion with me all the time.
I am titanium. Good night, Katie. Good night, Megan.
I auditioned for a major role and was rejected for the 14th time! Ah!
Damn, I can't even imagine why. And for the fact of why she didn't even get hired in to work at Lynn's table.
It's a character that speaks to me, one I'm meant to play. Why? Why dost thou elude me, Heidi Heffer?
Luan, did I miss it? Did you tell Mrs. Bernardo your big news?
Holy shit, what's that face? Her split end hairs, when they stick up like that, she looks like a little bug. What kind of bug? Well, you all can be the judge of that, of what kind of bug she would turn out to be.
Perhaps a sprig of good news will sweeten my sorrow. Well, Luan, what are your happy tidings?
Wowza! Bought me a new bow tie. Ain't it a real doozy? You freaking idiot!
God.
Put down the goddamn
Dummy.
Is everything a joke to you?
Yeah, it is.
And the agony lives on. Luan, will you lead acting warm-ups? I'll be brooding tragically in the wing.
Hey, it's only spilled milk, no need to cry. Did I just fucking make a dairy joke in this review? Let's get the hell out of here and go straight to Luan and Benny.
I know she was upset, but I think you should have told Mrs. B you were cast as Heidi. She's your mentor.
Are you out of your adorable curly-haired mind?
Whoa, shit, that's a big mouthful of words we're never gonna hear from Luan these days. And I thought she called one of her sisters a hippie was gonna get a lot of angry emails.
That's exactly why I didn't say anything. The role means a lot to her. Finding out I got it would crush her.
Cower as I crush you!
Sorry. The word crush just came to my mind.
Oh, I need my script so you can help me run lines at lunch.
Survey says...
I'm not even gonna ask how long that pie was actually sitting in her locker. It's probably not even edible anymore.
Wowza! It's not in here, doll!
The last time I saw you with it was this morning, in theater class.
That's where I must have left it! And my name's on the cover!
Say my name, when no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you.
Oh, Benny, this is no time for pie-in-the-face gags.
Don't you dare.
We've got to get that script before Mrs. B sees it!
Yeah!
Wow, that whipped cream mask came off real quick without him even using water to wash it off.
Places for our mime funeral scene. Remember, let your body do the crying.
Katie? Why are you sad, Katie?
Yeah, I'd be lying and said that I never did that because when I'm usually on stage, I never can usually act sad. And I'm mostly the comic relief on stage with my one-liners. But I'm able to have sad emotions when I'm behind the mic.
So that's where I left the script for my new one-woman show. And Curtain, which also happens to be the name of the show!
Seriously, Luan, how fucking hard is it to actually grab something and go? You took much longer than Lincoln did trying to get the big red sled out of Mr. Grouse's house. Batman has even more balls than you do, even if he does get caught in the process. And you know, Luan actually being up like that reminds me a bit of this one character that's in a Mario Brothers game who's always riding on a cloud and he's always tossing down these red spiky creatures that you only have to shoot with a fireball, and I fucking hate those things so much.
Whatever those things are!
Do you have anything with your acting career hasn't been a total farce vibe?
I know I already said once before about Miss Bernardo, but she's more of a better supportive role than Scoots and Flip combined. She doesn't come off annoying, she doesn't agitate me, and she's a person that I would never throw jelly donuts at. Because there have been several episodes where they didn't actually shoehorn her in, like with Fright Bite in Lucy Loud's episode, Crown and Dirty, Lola Loud's episode, but mostly she has been around for Luan. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Miss Bernardo actually came into an episode that Lenny is actually in. In fact, I could actually see Lenny actually doing so much costume designing. I know Luan did her own kind of fashion, like as proven in Puns and Buns, but Lenny would have so many different clothes ideas.
I have this one with kitty cats.
Oh, that cheers me up a smidge. I was in a lauded production of Cats in '89. Cats with a K, for legal reasons.
Hate.
Some actual cat videos actually cheer me up whenever I'm having a bad day.
Oh, never mind. The kitties look like they're laughing at my suffering.
I used to do that shit all the time with somebody, and they wouldn't even notice that I was right behind them the whole fucking entire time. It was so hilarious one time. I was wearing my Michael Myers costume until when they finally turned around, they jumped scared the shit out of this girl. That was after when I groped one of her boobs just to make her turn around and see me.
Well, that was unscripted.
You please shut the hell up. By the way, did anyone notice that Luan didn't even use her lip to actually talk as Mr. Coconuts at that point? I wonder if that was Benny at the time. Then again, he might be possessed, like I said before. So now we come to the supermarket where Lincoln and the sisters got kicked out of from Serial Fender.
Hey, Mrs. B, would you help us out? Mrs. Apple Blossom has a big dance recital today, and she could really use your feedback.
Here? Amongst the produce?
Well, like you always say, all the world's a stage.
Oh, you are embarrassed.
Please, for the love of God, that you're not a schizophrenic too. I swear to fuck on Tommy Lee Jones actually hating Jim Carrey for playing the Riddler. It's like Kirsten Shaw actually dating Jim Carrey. Come to think of it, I wonder if that's what Jim Carrey looked like when he was a kid.
Happy birthday.
Cursed dairy, everywhere I doth go, you haunt me like a lactose demon.
If it curses you, then stay away from the frozen dairy section. Then your boobs wouldn't be too hard.
Or you could just say no thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What?
I just fucking love this. Probably one of the best cartoon gags I've seen in a cartoon that I have seen countless times. It's like if the person actually thanks somebody and he doesn't even know that the person was actually standing right next to him and suddenly makes the what the hell kind of face. Watch this clip and tell me do you see what I'm talking about.
Come on, where's the damn bandages? Oh, cheers, mate. Hang on a minute. Get back here, girl!
Whoa! Feta Falls, Milkshake Mountain, Parmesan Peak? Gosh, this magical dairy adventure has been the trip of a lifetime!
Project! And thou shalt know of mine! Enunciate, you must be understood from anywhere in the room, or it's all for naught!
Doesn't get much gayer than this.
I heard that.
Good, maybe she won't come.
You said it, Tippy. Oh, Dairy Godmother, it makes my stomach churn just thinking about this dream having to end.
But they don't turn my tummy the way you do.
Why, it don't have to, little cheese curd. You can always find the doorway to this enchanted place in your grocer's dairy section.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name.
Shit, if you actually think Shakespeare was worse with his kind of words, you should try singing it.
Ghee and yogurt and feta cheese too. All of this dairy's a dream come true.
A dairy song, a dairy song. Some jackass wrote this being high. A dairy song, a dairy song. Immature teenagers, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, but I have to admit, that singing was just magnificent. Especially when I'm hearing Luan sing.
Great rehearsal, everyone. That's lunch. Let's be back in an hour. We don't want to be late for our first performance. And don't even think about standing in line for a funnel cake. I'm looking at you, Cheryl.
Shit, Cheryl, if you stop eating so much of that pastry like you were doing in Brave the Last Dance, maybe all that sugar wouldn't go down to your fucking hips.
Woo, you got a big ass. Ow! God damn.
Stuck on a wire, y'all.
Use your imagination.
As of right now, Benny actually comes to Luan and tells her that Miss Bernardo is actually here in Dairyland.
She must have heard I was cast as Heidi. Well, this could be curtains for you, doll.
No, fuck you! It'll soon be curtains for you, you woodless, nutless motherfucker.
All of this dairy's a dream come true.
That's a lovely, high, beautiful note, Snow White. And I know eventually this week I'm actually gonna put up the review of that movie, but somewhat I think I like Samantha Kelly better as Peach.
Oh, terrible. Ah, I am the princess. Okay, excellent.
Then again, it's not the end of the world.
You stole my part! I can only only be one Heidi. The streets will run white with milk!
And when I'm done with you, I'm gonna paint Dairyland with your blood. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just over-exaggerating that, as Luan is over-exaggerating of what's gonna happen to her if Miss Bernardo finds out. And speaking about her...
A joy seeing you and Benny. It does my tortured soul a world of good.
Oh, Mrs. B! What, brings you here?
Whenever I'm rejected as Heidi, I go on rides and scream my fool head off. 'Tis the best way to let out frustration.
If I ever felt that way, I go kick the living shit out of something while I'm kickboxing in the gym. Then on the other hand, I go sit on the bench eating ice cream while I'm singing Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, as smooth as Tennessee whiskey.
But Miss Bernardo actually guilt trips Luan to actually make her go ride on some of the rides at Dairyland.
Just like my self-worth. Oh.
All right. Okay, I'll go with you, but just a few rides.
Oh, Luan, you're an angel of mercy.
By the way, am I the only one who hates when someone is guilt tripping me all the time? And I learned that lesson the hard way when I had several girlfriends. Now no one's ever gonna try and guilt trip me this time. I can just put my foot down and start walking away from it.
Oh, you bet to hell not. That is hand-stitched leather. You better drink it.
Pussy. Doesn't everybody love riding those giant teacups at Disney World? But me, I prefer Space Mountain, or one of my most favorite, the Haunted Mansion.
Glad to help, Mrs. B. Well, I guess I better go help Benny with that popcorn tasting.
Ooh! Kippy here. Would Heidi Heifer report to the utter Taurean? It's almost showtime. Moo!
Do I even need to tell you where this is actually gonna go? Since it has already been addressed in Act 1.
But Mrs. B, I don't get how this ride's gonna make you scream. Except maybe after hearing that song over and over and over again.
And don't look directly into those eyes.
I know what Disneyland tune would make me scream, but somehow I just enjoy it quite often. And that is...
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world.
And as I mentioned before, what the remedy is if people get stuck with the song Let It Go from Frozen, you should listen to two other different songs that can cure your brain.
We don't talk about Bruno, no. I never met nobody like you. Had friends and I've had buddies.
What are you doing?
I need her to know how I feel.
I think I found the solution of why she never got laid. I hear there's a high qualified job of being a sex offender in a naturalist club.
Hello?
Luan, where are you? If you don't show up soon, I'll have to give the role to someone else. Oh, Cheryl, is that a funnel cake? What did I say about...
Go on.
Confess. You don't have to be a bitching instigator, you know.
Oh, Mrs. Bernardo! I was cast as Heidi Heifer in the show, and if I don't hurry, I'm gonna lose the part.
Cue unscripted stage gasp.
I should have told you. I consider you my mentor, and I didn't want to ruin our relationship. I'm sorry.
Oh, funny, silly, sweet, kind Luan. I'm so deliriously happy for you.
Really?
Dear child. child. I would have been thrilled to be Heidi, but I'm also proud that my training helped you land the role. Now get thee to that stage.
Now that, I'll say, that is a heartfelt moment I felt in my life. That was real touching, Miss Bernardo. You're gonna get me bawling like a baby anytime now. Boy, I'll tell you what though, even all we've been through, I could watch this bit over again. But as we know that Miss Bernardo actually broke the ride down, fearing that Luan's never gonna make it to the stage on time, where there's a will, there's always a fucking way to get there.
Make way! Theatrical emergency!
The show starts in just a few minutes. We won't make it in time like this. We need a faster way.
It's so amazing and unrealistic at the same time how someone like Miss Bernardo is able to carry a 15-year-old like that. She must really be light.
Limburger Lane is a 5-mile-an-hour zone. We're clocking 30.
Survey says...
That was fucking magic.
That felt smooth. That felt really smooth.
So in the pocket.
I'm here, Cream Team. Let's get out there and... Hey, what's going on?
Cheryl fell in a vat of funnel cake batter. Her ears are clogged and she can't hear.
Survey says...
What is she doing here?
How do you let this happen?
Snow globe.
Oh, that's perfect.
Idiot.
The show won't go on.
I've got it. The show will go on.
The show must go on.
Brace yourselves, everybody, because this ending is going to get so better and so interesting. And no, I'm not going to sing that dairy song.
Oh, Dairy Godmother, it makes my stomach churn just thinking about this dream having to end.
It doesn't have to, my little cheese curd.
Tea and yogurt and feta cheese too. All of this dairy's a cream come true.
When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Whew, I couldn't resist. That's a catchy tune. Hey, there's Luan's family, and finally Lori actually appears. Kind of a good callback to Stage Plight when they never appeared in the episode until the very last minute in the end of the episode.
Mrs. Bernardo, they loved us. Talk about a moving experience.
Yes! Oh, thanks to you, my dear girl.
Miss Bernardo finally got a part in Dairyland. Everybody wins. I have to admit, Luan's story arc is getting a little better. Not completely, but there is one character that should never actually appear with her all the fucking time.
I've never felt so alive! Mercy sakes, the funnel batter's gone. I can hear again.
If you didn't eat so much, you wouldn't have so much of a big ass all the time.
You got a big fat butt.
Hey, I don't need to take any lip from a freaking animated critic.
Better luck next time, kiddo.
End of conversation.
So that has been Stress It for the Part.
And with my star, we're gonna rule.
I could just give this an actual decent note because honestly, it's not one of my personal favorites, but there were a lot of things I quite enjoyed with this Luan Loud episodes, besides the fact that the character whose name I shouldn't even mention that she should have put in the wood chipper. But I like seeing so much the great interaction with her and Benny and Miss Bernardo, a character who I did not enjoy really at first when I saw her in Stage Plight, especially when we have an excellent performance by the one and only Greg Griffin. And she did 3 characters in this episode. I swear, it's like she's a powerhouse to the Loud House. There are times that she can save a Loud House episode, and then there are other times where she's not good enough to actually save an episode's premises. This is actually a good, decent episode, especially when we get to know Miss Bernardo a little bit more. And I believe she's starting to get a few more episode appearances. But at least she's not too annoying as Scooch or Flip, because Miss Bernardo has been dreaming about playing the role of Heidi Heifer in the Dairyland presentation. And Luan, working with Benny, tried to make Miss Bernardo not to notice that Luan was the one who actually landed the role. Yeah, I know it went into another cliche of the liar reveal, but you know what? It actually kind of worked this way. Like that one episode from Amphibia. Luan wasn't doing anything stupid, she was just doing something not to let Miss Bernardo get her feelings really badly hurt. And I have to admit, this was actually a caring liar reveal kind of plot that Luan did, because it just shows that she actually cares for her mentor. Unlike those other plots where the kids are lying to their parents, this kind of plot was actually done well, is all I can put it. Because even though Miss Bernardo actually finds out, she wasn't too upset about it. She just felt happy that Luan actually got to be the part. And what's even more satisfying with that is that Miss Bernardo actually got to be in the Dairyland presentation as the dairy godmother. Get it? I thought the ending of this episode was very satisfying until it got ruined by that little wooden puppet who must not be named. But likely above all, this was pretty much a suitable focus on Luan Loud episode. And despite overuse of dairy puns, which kind of got annoying real quickly, and I could say the least that an episode like this is better shaken, not stirred. Especially when you got Luan, Benny, and Miss Bernardo all playing a big role in this episode, especially when Benny played a bigger role in Puns and Buns, which I recently reviewed. As I stated before, Season 6 is really pushing the Loud House episodes forward. Most of the episodes' plots are pretty predictable and repetitive, but somewhat they're actually bringing something new to them. This has been the Loud House Critic, and...
There's a wind of change is blowing. There's a fire deep inside. There's a place we could be going if we could only get it right. And the river keeps on flowing, and the morning lights the sky. But if they said it would be easy, I guess they must have lied.
Turn around, the loud house, in the loud house, duck, dodge, push and shove is how we show our love. In the loud house, in the loud house, gotta love mom and dad for not going completely mad.
Are you? I think it's pretty clear. I scratch your back, you scratch mine.